Now coming to the second derivation, what will happen if two cells are connected in parallel? See, the purpose of this derivation is to find out that if cells are connected in any way, what EMF we will get and what internal resistance we will get. So here I have two cells, epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 are their EMF, R1 and R2 are their internal resistance, and how are they connected? They are connected in parallel. Okay, the current coming from this cell I1, so the current going back will be I1 again. The current going from this cell is I2. The current coming from this cell will again be I2. At this point, I1 and I2 will combine and form a single current I. Okay, so this is their combination. Now the cell equation. What is cell equation? Epsilon is equals to V plus IR. So from here, what is value of I? I is equals to epsilon minus V over R. Bring V on that side, it becomes minus V, gets divided by R. So this is the current. And from this equation, I am writing the same equation for cell 1, which is this. This cell equation is copied for cell number 1, and the same equation is copied for cell number 2. I is equals to epsilon minus V by R. So I1 is equals to epsilon minus V by R1. I2 is equals to epsilon minus V by R2. Okay, now here one point to be noted. The potential difference V is not changing for both the cells. Why? It is because both the cells are connected in parallel. What remains same in parallel connections? The potential difference remains same or the voltage remains same. So, one more thing, please do not get this misconception in mind that if potential difference remains same, the EMF should also remain same. No. It is a rule for parallel connection that potential difference remains same, nothing else. No EMF, no work done, nothing else. Okay, now coming back to the derivation. What is I? I is equals to I1 plus I2. So what I have done? I have connected two cells in parallel. I have written the cell equation, and from this I have obtained the equation of current. I have written equation of current for cell number 1 and cell number 2, and then I have added both the currents. Now coming to the second step. From this we have the second step of derivation. Now we are going to put the values of currents I1 and I2. I1 and I2, put the values. Epsilon minus V by R1, epsilon minus V by R2. Epsilon 1 by R1 plus epsilon 2 by R2. Okay. Epsilon terms have taken on one side. V wala terms have taken on another side. Minus V is common, so we get 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now what is done? Take the LCM, it becomes epsilon 1 R2 plus epsilon 2 R1 divided by R1 dot R2. Here also take the LCM. Now multiply all the terms, first term, second term, third term. Multiply all by R1 dot R2. Multiply this by R1 and R2. You get this. Multiply this by R1 So this is what you get. Now, divide all these terms, first, second, third, divide all by R1 plus R2. Divide this by R1, divide this by R1 plus R2, you get this. Divide this by R1 plus R2, this 6 in the denominator. Multiply this, divide this by R1 plus R2, this term gets cancelled, so V comes alone. Okay? Now, V is transposed on this side, I is transposed on the other side. Why this transposition is done? Because I will finally compare it with the cell equation. So V comes this side, this remains as it is. This term transposed on this side becomes negative minus R1 dot R2, R1 plus R2. Okay? Now it's time to compare this derivation with the cell equation. This derivation this equation is now compared to the cell equation. V is equals to epsilon minus IR. This is comparable to this. Finished. This bracket is compared to this. That means the equivalent EMF will be equal to this bracket. And so equivalent EMF is epsilon 1 R2 plus epsilon 2 R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay. Now the last comparison. This is internal resistance multiplied with R. This must also be internal resistance multiplied with I. So, what is this? This is equivalent internal resistance. This is this. So, see, if the resistance is given in this form, mathematically we can write this equivalent resistance R1 dot R2, R1 plus R2. Okay? What you are supposed to do is the reciprocal and you will get this. Or when you solve this, what you get is this equation. Easy mathematics. Okay? So what is the required internal resistance? 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. If there are 3 cells, this will have 3 terms, this will have 3 terms, this will have 3 terms. What I mean to say is that we have obtained the results for 2 cells, but we can extend the same results for 3 cells, 4 cells, or as many number of cells.